DC 52, Week 7 and Week 8. Booster Gold's not looking so good. We got heroes trapped in space. We have Lex Luthor giving out metagene and turning people into super beings. We've got problems with Steel. Problems. And Ralph Dibny's still on the job. So, hey, let's dive in. Welcome back to Longbox Diving, where we explore comics and story arcs pulled from the long box. Now, we've been discussing DC 52. This is from 2006, and we're in Week 7 and Week 8. Well, that's what we'll be discussing in these couple issues. In the last couple issues, we know our main characters are, Booster Gold, Ralph Dibny. We have Renee Montoya and Steel. Those have been the main characters. Lex Luthor's shown up. And there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of mystery, the questions involved in some way. And there's just a lot of stuff and a lot of mystery going on. And so we start out on this other planet. Now, Adam Strange is on this planet along with Animal Man and Firestar. And so they were involved technically in the Zeta Beam with the space the heroes that were in space. They got warped through space warping and the portal that was called, and the Zeta Beam trapped them. And everybody else came back to Earth, but they're all messed up. Now, these three got sent over to another planet. And where we left off, Adam Strange had lost both his eyes. Animal Man's like, hey, there's a thing on this planet that's going to eat us all once the planet goes to the dark at night, and it has an extended night period. And then Firestorm is just like, I'm in paradise, everything's great, let's take baths, let's play in the water, let's eat the fruit. So that's what's going on. And we pick up there. And Adam Strange's like, hey, I need help getting this thing done. We need to get this ship done. We need to get off this planet because we're having an extended period of dark on this planet. And when that monster comes out, it's going to kill us. Now, he ends up slapping. Looks like he slaps. I don't know if he slaps Firestorm or the fruit out of her hand. Either way, it looks pretty brutal. And he's like, hey, you've got to stop eating the fruit. It's changing you. And it's making you complacent and want to stay. And then you're going to get eaten. So let's get this taken care of. And so in Week 7, and she storms off. So that's Week 7, Day 1. In Week 7, Day 2, we see Renee Montoya. She's at home. She's looking through a lot of the mystery. She's seen Black Adam just killed Terra Man, the 520 Kane Street. We see the cybernetic gun thing the Men in Black gun that she used to kill the monster from the last couple episodes. Then we see her digging through all this information. She lights a match to set up a cigarette. She sees Kane and her family in the newspaper, and so she knows her, or something's going to happen there. Then Week 7, Day 3, Booster Gold is having problems with money. He's having problems with sponsorships. Things aren't going exactly the way they're supposed to go because he's supposed to be using historical information to stop crime, but yet it's not always being accurate now. As we saw in the last episode, he actually hired a dude to commit a crime so he could stop the dude, which in itself is a crime. So Booster Gold is starting to really just go off the deep end. Well, Ralph Dibny shows up, and Ralph is like, hey, I need your help. This resurrection occult, Booster's like, I'm too busy doing this. And what are you doing? Well, I'm using historical records to save the day. And he goes, wait a minute, you know the future. Why didn't you warn me about my wife being murdered? And of course, granted, Booster would have to have known to look for Ralph Dibny's wife, and if there would be a problem, there's no way he could have known without actually paying attention to it. But Ralph's like, hey, you should have been, we're friends, you should have been paying attention to this. You should have been looking out for us, but you didn't. And Skeet's like, hey, you've got to go, there's that thing is going to happen, you've got to be there. And Ralph's like, well, prove yourself a hero. And then we flip over to Renee Montoya, and she shows up at Kane's house, right? And she's there, and apparently these two have had a relationship of some sort. I don't think they're any longer in the relationship, but they even see Kane punch Renee Montoya across the face. Apparently it didn't end well, whatever that relationship was. Now, she's come back, Renee Montoya's come back to say, I need your help because I need this 520 Kane Street. I need it. Your family apparently owns it, but I need to know why. What was it used for? So she's basically come and asked for a favor from like an ex-girlfriend or friend, I don't know. And it's not going well, but Kane does agree to help her. We'll see. And then we're back in the Metropolis, and there's a fuel tank that explodes, right? And we see if Ralph Dibny shows up there, and you see Booster Gold flying in to save the day. The whole crowd's there watching, and he busts right through the flaming tanker down into the bottom, shoots water up, and puts out the fire. I don't know if water would actually put out a fuel tank or fire, but whatever. He saves the day, right? So he lands, and Lois Lane's there. She's interviewing him. Hey, good job, and everybody was worried, and the LexCorp, and they thought this and that, and he goes, no, everything's cool. I don't have super chilling powers, but what I was able to do is there was a water main there, and I was able to bust it and put out the fire. And at that same time, the dude he hired in the last couple issues to commit the crime, that he paid to commit the crime so he could stop him, shows up and goes, great stunt. How much did it cost you this time? What? And so now she starts interviewing this dude. He goes, okay, Booster Gold hired me to commit that crime so he could be the hero. Here's the check. And he holds it up like this. Here's the check that he paid me. It is very clear. He goes, well, wait a minute. It's not what it looks like. No, it's exactly what it looks like, Booster Gold. You've been trying to build fame using historical things. When that failed, you started buying people. And then that's when Ralph Dibny shows up. And Ralph Dibny throws him under the bus, too. He goes, too little, too late, Gold. All cameras, all microphones right here on me. You cannot depend on this man. Whatever Gold does, he doesn't do it for you. It's all about the money. Now, he is pissed about his wife now. And they're like, you're pathetic, you blah, blah. Booster Gold is on the outs. He has been called, like the title page, exposed. He is nobody. He's not a hero anymore in anybody's eyes. And as that news starts to spread, he's in bad place. Then we flip back to the planet. Fire starts flying around, and she sees like this big staff, giant staff, right? She's not even the size of the head of the staff. The staff is huge. And she flies up and looks at it, and there's like this huge monster thing reaches out and grabs the staff. And then that's the end of the issue, and we pick up in week 8. Now, in week 8, we start out with Steel, week 8, night 1. Steel is talking to his niece. Now, his niece is trying to build her armor, and he's like, hey, you gotta get ready to go to bed, you got school tomorrow. She's like, I need to finish this armor. And he goes, no, you need to. And she's like, well, are you gonna let me get treatments from LexCorp? He's like, no, why would I ever allow you to do that? And she's like, well, then I need to finish this armor because it's not going to build itself. And of course, he kind of smiles. He's proud of her in this sense because this is what he wanted her to do, is to earn being a superhero. Put the time in, and then you can earn the right to do that thing that you want to do. But he goes to sit down, and his chest starts heating up. It starts burning through his clothes. And he rips open his chest, and he touches it, and it's like he's like solid steel, right? Steel. And his chest is now metal. So something is definitely going on with this dude. All right, so then we go back over, and we flip into Star City, I believe it is, with Green Arrow. And Green Arrow, actually, there's a guy robbing a store. It's great. The guy robbing a store, the store owner runs out and says, hey, stop this thief. And Green Arrow hits an arrow and stops the store owner. And Ralph Dibny's like, hey, you missed. He goes, no, I stopped the real thief. It's a disaster, and these guys are charging way too much price for diapers. Now, the dude's running out of the store with diapers. So obviously it's not like he's in it for the money. And they start saying, hey, Greeno, it's not necessarily your fault. It's not like you did anything wrong. Nobody could have expected you to handle all this on your own. This is a big thing, but I need your help. There is an occult called the Resurrection Occult. You see, here's their symbol, and they see it on the door. Their Superman symbol's upside down, right? And he goes, I need you helping me to figure out that they're going to bring people back from the dead, and maybe they can bring my wife back from the dead, which should be interesting. We'll see. Then we flip back, week 8, day 3. Steel is at Star Labs, or wherever he's at a laboratory working with somebody, and they come to find out they're testing his blood. He goes, these kind of things are changing. But I remember, did Lex Luthor do this to me? Did he give me the metagene? And what we find out is that before, when he put his ring on him, that he thinks that he transferred this, whatever this thing is, to him at that point, and he gave him the metagene. And now he's turning into a metahuman. And at that time, the lab blows up, and he steps in front of the woman, right? And his body's all steel, and all the flying metals starts flying past him, and he protects her. But then we flip back to week 8, day 3. Now there's this old lady, her kid's throwing a fit, and then this dude comes up. And it looks like there's a riot or something going on. And this dude comes up, and it's like bright light. He's got a blue cowl on with like a star on his, and he bright light. And the next thing, when she wakes up, she's over inside the store, and everything's fine. And everything was happening outside that riot, that destruction she was saved from. Then we see some firemen, right? They say the same thing. They had the roof was collapsing on, this guy in a cowl, bright light, and they were teleported away. Week 8, day 5, same thing. Some cops, and a lady wearing a Wonder Woman bathing suit. So he pulled my daughter from a riptide. So you got all these things going on, and then Booster Gold's like, I was the hero. Well, no, you're not the hero anymore, dude. You got called out. You got caught for stealing money, for using fame to earn money. It wasn't about people. It was about you, and people know it. And he's like, it looks like he's talking to Clark Kent about it, but hey, he's like, you know what? You're out, dude. And now we get to John's niece again. And she's eating lunch, and she sees this flyer. And the flyer, and she gets a phone call, right? And the phone call says, hey, let your uncle know that it is the Metagene. Lex Luthor did give him Metagene. And she's like, what? And she pulls the flyer up, and it's the LexCorp Metagene product. And she's like, Uncle John, you know, and she's down there working on her. So, he told her she couldn't do it. Now she's thinking he did it. So week 8, night 5, she's out there working on her suit again, right? And a piece of metal flies up and hits her in the chest. She panics and, burning her, and she hits the table, and she messes up all the suit that she'd been working on this whole time. And then Uncle John comes down, and she sees his arms are all metal now, and she's like, you went and got the Metagene therapy. You told me I couldn't do it, and now fine, that's it. And she runs off. All right, so now we're back on the planet, and the sun is starting to go down. It's starting to get dark, and Animal Man and Adam Strange are flying through the air trying to find Firestorm. She's gone and disappeared, and then they come out and they see her in a net, and they fly in to get her, and they're like, oh wait, it's a trap, and then they're all caught. Right? They're all caught in this net, and this huge hand grabs them and pulls them up toward the face. We still don't know who that is. Now we're back in Metropolis, week 8, day 7. Lex Luthor is walking into a bunch of media people there, and he's walking into LexCorp. I think it's like the first day that they're opening up for the Metagene experiments, and the niece walks up and goes, I want you to do this for me. I need you to make me a metahuman. And he goes, okay, well, tell me what you want. And so they walk in, and they got her strapped up into the machine. Week 8, night 7, and she's strapped up in the machine. And the guy's like, well, shouldn't we test anything? He's like, no, trust me, it'll work fine. He goes, no, we shouldn't. He goes, Lex Luthor's like, do I pay you for that? And he goes, well, okay, what does she want? He goes, give her everything. She wants everything. She wants it now, so let's just give it to her. Oh, man, I don't know what's going to happen to her. All right, so that is DC52 week 7 and 8. Still, some crazy stuff starting to happen. We still don't know the answers to things, and this one's a little slow, not as much action, but we're getting a lot of building here and a lot of building on what's coming. And then, of course, just some freaky stuff over on that planet with Adam Strange and Firestorm. I don't know what's going to happen. And it looks like we're changing Steel into a metahuman and his niece. It's going to be crazy. So maybe we'll find out in the next issue what's going on, or maybe get a little bit more information. I doubt we're going to get much because it's going to be 52 issues long. We're only 8 in, so it's going to be a while. But thanks for joining us, and we'll see you. If you like this review, please like and subscribe. It really does go a long way to help the channel, and we'll see you here next time in the Long Box.